Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a game engine slash community that I once used, but it got to a point where I just didn't find anything interesting in it anymore. And I thought it was dead at first, but when I came back to it and looked at it, I guess I was wrong. And before we get into this video, slap a like on it if you enjoyed. So you're probably going to ask, what the fuck is Strut or Strut? I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. It's hard to pronounce. Well, Strud, if I said it right, is a game engine and a community where you can play games made by other people and you can make your own creations without any coding required. This was something I found back in 2018 when I didn't have a computer. I've been wanting to create my own games that I know people will enjoy, but I would need some type of software to do any of that. Strud was on Steam and Android, so I could get it on my tablet. So I decided, why not make one video on it, huh? So I decided to make a video on it and upload it to my channel, but I thought it would not, no one was gonna watch it. I only had like a few subscribers back then. But then I come back to it a few days later and I noticed that I got over like 19K views. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it had over a lot of likes too. That's when I started thinking, hey, maybe I should make more videos on Strut and probably start to make my own game. So that's what I did. And when I finally got a computer, that's when I downloaded Strut off Steam and things began to change. In the create mode on Strut, you literally had all the assets for free and you didn't have to pay a single penny for it. You just drag and drop in the scene and there you go. At first I thought it was bad, but then as I kept using it and looking up tutorials, I got used to it. Now, there were some previous games I made that didn't seem too good, and I ended up giving up when I'm halfway finished. But there was this one game I did make that actually got, blew up out of nowhere. It had 5,000 plays and it kept going up every single day, and I'm like, wow. It was basically an RPG story-driven type game that I never thought would actually get this much likes and plays in like a week. And the other reason I made videos on it is because there was not much tutorials on Struct on what to do or what new updates they released. It was just videos on how to make a game in Struct. That's all that was on YouTube. It's just how to make games in Struct, Sonic, or anything else, but they don't have no Sonic models. So I decided whenever there was a new update in Strut, I would make a video on it. And I really enjoyed this game, especially when there was new updates. But then as days, months, and a year went by, that's when I lost interest in this game, and I will explain how. Now you're probably going to ask what happened. Nothing really that bad. I just started to grow bored and tired of Strut. And it was because there was this one time when I made my account on it, I always had it signed in. But then when I go back into Strud, it literally signs me out, even when I had the app on my tablet. And most of the time when I try to log into it, it says, account does not exist. And then I have to make another account. Same thing happens, like in a few days later. And I just get so frustrated, and after all that hard work I made, it is lost forever and I can't make nothing else. Most of the time when I play the game, it would always lag and freeze, even when I'm in create mode. But the one thing that did annoy me was when I ever delete a draft, like a creation, it literally duplicates it, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? And I try to delete it, but it always comes back. And that's where I'm like, you know what, I'm fucking done. But there was another reason why I decided to quit using Struct. I wanted to make better games with different assets instead of using the same ones over and over again, and I wanted to create my own models. Sure, yes, Struct had where you can create your own characters now, but it's not even close to being something I meant. So I started to look up other game engines, which was Unity and Roblox. Yes, fucking Roblox. So what? I wanted to try and do coding and make my own 3D models, but I couldn't. When I was making a game on Roblox, the game turned out to be shitty and I just gave up on it. And that's what I did with Unity, and, well, I'd rather not explain what happened with Unity. And ever since then, I completely forgot about Struct until years later in 2021, I remembered it. When I was on YouTube just scrolling through videos, a video of Struct came into my recommendations section, and I saw that it was the Struct devs had finally uploaded on their channel after years of no activity from them. Well, not just YouTube, but anywhere else. And I knew that Struct had finally changed a lot. Well, I decided to go onto Steam because I wanted to see if they updated their PC version of it. But when I searched it up, the entire game was gone. It was removed from Steam. And when I tried to click the link to it, it still wouldn't show. So that popped into my head that they must have gave up on the PC version and are going for mobile games. Now, this change was something I didn't like at first, because I preferred if they kept the PC version of Struct, because, let's face it, creating games on a computer is much more easy. But I guess it may have failed for them, because they only been working on the mobile version of Struct, mainly because not everyone has a computer. So to conclude this video, I want to say that Struct is still a great way for you to learn how to build games without any coding or programming, and I highly suggest you go and check it out, because I still see that the community is still growing on it ever since I left. So that's all I have to say in this video and review of Strud. And I want to know what you think of Strud now versus what it was years ago. Especially tell me what other things have changed since I left. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more of it, then subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Dreams. It's the same name as my channel. Thank you and goodbye.